I need TV for my bunghole.
What?
I need TV for my bunghole.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Fire.
Scorpion, let's fight.
Are you threatening me?
I'm going to kill you.
Give me your TV. I am Cornholio.
What's up, fellow collectors? Today I'm talking about the Infinite Concepts Mortal Kombat Scorpion action figure. And this is a really awesome figure, man. You know, these guys were made back in 2000 with a company called Infinite Concepts. And, you know, they're pretty cool figures. I really dig them. And even though they're a little bit older, I think they're still really great. And we're going to get into why I think they're great in this review. So, you know, first off, we'll talk about the articulation. He's got some really unique articulation, which I really enjoy. You know, the head, you can't really do a 360. It's more like a right and left. You can't really look up and down too well. But you can do a 360 at the upper arm. And then he also got a nice hinge there, so you can, you know, swing it out. You got a hinge at the elbow. And then you got a, you know, the wrist is on a ball peg, but it's also got a little bit of a hinging motion in there. Just a little bit, not too much. And then the same thing goes with the other arm. You got some waist rotation here. The legs, they can kick back pretty far, which I think looks pretty cool. They can kick out pretty far. I wish they would kick out to the side, you know, but they can't do that. You got a hinge at the knee, you got a hinge at the ankle, and then there's a little bit of this like weird pivoting joint that's down by the ankle. And you know, I've never actually seen that on a figure before, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, I really dig this figure. I really dig the articulation, and it's really nice and sturdy. None of the joints are loose. The collector I bought this from off eBay, you know, you could tell he was a collector. He kept everything nice and neat and on a shelf for display only. You know, they weren't like kids or anything, you know, bashing these things around and destroying them. You know, the paint job and all the detail on this thing is flawless. I mean, these characters are based more upon the kind of like the classic renditions of the figures. You know, not so much the newer versions of the characters that we've seen, but I think it's a really great representation of the old school figures, or the old school look in an action figure. I really do like that, because I'm more of a fan of the old school Mortal Kombat, you know, games myself than the newer games. Now, taking a look at some of the details here, I really do like that face sculpt. I think that looks really nice. Got the all whited out eyes, because, you know, Scorpion's got that undead ninja thing going on. And they did a great job with the sculpt. You can even see, like, there's a little place in there with the ears, you know, within the mask. That looks pretty good. And I just like that facial sculpt. I think it looks great. You got the ninja mask up there with all the little slits in there for the breathing. And then, you know, he's got some eyebrows and, I don't know, it looks like they put, like, eyeliner on him. But I still think it's pretty cool. And I really do like the suit. It's a nice shade of yellow. It's almost orangey, but I think it still looks pretty good. The only thing I wish is if they painted some of this stuff in orange, that kind of orange-yellow color too, because I remember Scorpion would have, you know, orangey yellow colored, you know, arm guards, and I don't think he has those in the figure, and I think that might have been something that they might have just overlooked. But everything else all around him looks really good. You know, they even got the detailing and stuff on the shin guards here, and those look really good as well. Very nice looking, you know. Got some wrinkles in the suit to make it look more textured and more sculpted, and then the body's sculpted very nicely. The only thing I don't really like about the body is all the male figures use the same sculpt, and they all have like this kind of bent backwards, kind of tilting backwards kind of look to them. You know, I think they would have gone with more of a straight up, you know, sculpt that's more standing straight up. It would look better instead of this constantly like bending back look. It does kind of throw it off balance a little bit when you're trying to pose him. This guy poses up really well, but some of the other guys like Shang Tsung and Liu Kang have a problem standing up because they're so top heavy, and even this guy kind of leans back and forth. But luckily the articulation is really sturdy, so I don't have a problem with the joints, you know. You know, if the joints were really loose, you'd have to get a stand for this guy, and it'd be a pain just trying to get him to stand up, and he'd be the one falling off your shelf all the time in your collection. I do like that they gave him an open palm hand here, so, you know, it makes more sense. It looks like he'd shoot out that spear from this hand, and it looks pretty menacing like that. And he's just got a closed-fisted hand. You know, they didn't come with any sort of extra hands or anything to interchange them in and out. So it is a nice touch that they thought about that for the character. You know, they didn't come with any accessories either. It would have been nice to get like a little spear accessory, but I could probably actually just make that myself for this guy Wouldn't be too hard to do. Now here's a quick size comparison. You know, I thought it would be cool to show a bunch of different variations of Scorpion action figures that I've gotten throughout my collection. You know, you got the Mezco 12-inch figure way in the back. You got the 6-inch figure on his left-hand side, and then the right-hand side of the screen, you got a Jaguar's Mortal Kombat. And then down below, you got a 3-inch Scorpion classic figure right there. And I think this looks pretty awesome. You know, I like having all the different variations of Scorpion, especially since he is one of my favorite characters. You know, I definitely like having all this on display together. It's going to be really cool. I'm actually going to build a display with like all the Scorpions on one side, all the Sub-Zeros on another, and just kind of make a cool looking battle display. And that'll be something I'll show to you guys here in the near future. But I got to get a couple more Scorpion figures in order to do that. But I definitely like the way this looks. And, you know, this Scorpion is about 8.5 inches tall, as opposed to, you know, these guys are 6-inch, 3-inch, and 12-inch. So it's a nice dynamic of height. You know, you got real small figures. Some guys filling in the medium-ish sizes. You got the real tall guy, and then some in between that. So I think that looks really great. It's going to make a really great display, too. So that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you think about this figure down below in the comments. And, yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the comment section about it. I definitely enjoy this Scorpion figure, and I'd highly recommend picking up any of the Infinite Concepts figures because, you know, they're really unique. I really enjoy them, and they're based on the classic renditions of all the characters, which I really love. So definitely make sure you pick them up if you can find them on eBay. I know sometimes the prices on these guys are a little ridiculous, you know, but if you search hard enough like I did, I was able to find the whole lot for a really great price, and I wasn't like, you know, breaking my bank, you know what I mean? But yeah, check out my channel, guys. I got a ton of action figure reviews on there. I collect Mortal Kombat, Halo, Walking Dead, Star Wars, and all that good nerdy stuff. I put stop motions in all of my reviews just to make you guys laugh a little bit. And yeah, make sure you subscribe because I come out with new videos every week. And I will see you all in my next video, and thank you all for watching.